Hey y'all, in today's video, we're talking about slow travel because I really believe taking your time leads to the most epic adventures. There's an art to it, and I'm gonna break it down for you, sis. But first, my name is Marlie. I'm a TV news anchor turned nomad, and this channel helps Black women get the latest, greatest, and best information about slow travel, solo travel, or just making travel a lifestyle. I do all the research for you and share it right here, all in one place. If any of that sounds good to you, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Also, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop my next video. So, I consider myself a slow traveler. I'm a full-time traveler who has spent the better part of the last 2 years outside of the US, traveling to different countries for anywhere from a month to 3 months at a time. In the past year, I've spent a total of 1 month in Guadeloupe, 2 months in St. Kitts and Nevis, 3 months in Anguilla, and 3 months in Costa Rica. But slow travel is more than just staying for a while. It's being really intentional about going outside the tourist infrastructure and taking your time while you do it. It means eating, living, and moving around like a local. So you really get to know what it feels like to live in a place rather. Not only that, it means truly connecting and appreciating the land, its culture, and its people. So here are my top 7 ways to slow your roll while you slow travel. Number 1, chill. First things first, slow travel is a mindset. It's not about rushing through a checklist. It's taking your time and living in the moment. Don't even think about creating a jam-packed itinerary. I usually schedule 1 outing or excursion a day, and even that is not set in stone. If I wake up that day and decide I want to do something else or do it another day, that's exactly what I do. Sometimes there are entire days while I'm traveling when all I do is go to the beach and eat, and that's okay. And actually for me, that's more than okay. That's necessary. Number 2, move like a local. I keep rental cars and cab rides to a minimum. I'd much rather hop on some local vibes. That means cruising on a bike, catching a bus, or just walking. Trust, you'll see and experience so much more when you're not speeding by. Number 3, uncover local gems. Slow travel is all about uncovering hidden treasures. Ask people who live there for the lowdown and explore the spots that are not in the guidebooks. One really cool thing I did while I was in St. Kitts, and you're not going to find it on TripAdvisor, is I went on a rum tour, and it was not one of those stuffy tours of an old rum distillery. The first thing you need to know, okay, and understand is that in the Caribbean, the word rum doesn't mean a specific type of spirit. In the Caribbean, the word rum refers to all alcohol. So this was really an alcohol tour where we got on a bus, went to one neighborhood bar after another all night, like 7 of them. That's the driver, okay? You get there, have a drink or two, bust a wine, and bounce on to the next bar. It was so good, y'all. Some bars were smoky, hole-in-the-wall type places. Others were like dance clubs. Some just looked like people's backyards. But all of it was interesting, fun, and unforgettable. I really believe the heart of a place lies in those uncharted territories. Number 4, eat the food. For me, local cuisine is the heart and soul of any culture. And as a slow traveler, it's your job to sample everything. Make it a point to go to eateries serving local cuisine that are owned by locals. A friend invited me to this super local restaurant in Puerto, Viejo, Costa Rica called Cunah's Kitchen. And I was actually in Cunah's kitchen, the one in her house where she was cooking up nothing but local Afro-Caribbean food and with the biggest, most beautiful smile. Local food is the easiest and most enjoyable way to immerse yourself in a culture. And number 5 on my list of 7 ways to slow your roll while slow traveling is Get your hair done, sis. And this tip is exclusively for Black women. Actually, so is this channel. I'm not talking about a whole new look, just some maintenance, like some fresh braids or a wash. I love getting my hair braided everywhere I go, in Anguilla, in St. Kitts, in Costa Rica, because by the time I get up from that chair, girl, I know all the tea about a place, from hidden gems to local favorites, shortcuts, places to avoid, the scoop on the local dating scene, and so much more. Plus, I get to be with local Black women and get a feel for what their daily lives look like. And I just love supporting my sisters wherever in the world we are. And it's such an easy experience to have. Just find a local Black woman whose hair looks nice and ask her where she got it done. That's simple. Number 6, explore the Black history. Whenever I go to any place, it's really important to me to know the history of African people there and support those who keep the culture alive, even if it's not the mainstream. Actually, especially if it's not the mainstream. When I was in Guadeloupe last June, I visited Les Marches des Esclaves in Petit Canal, a site where enslaved Africans were bought and sold by French colonizers. To walk those stairs and stand in that slave prison and hear the raw, unfiltered stories from our private tour guide was sad, but so necessary. That is connecting on a whole other level, and I wouldn't skip it for anything. Number 7, and for me the most important, link up with people. The people who live there. Start conversations, ask questions, be open, and engage with the local community and your fellow travelers. So far, I've met a number of people during my travels who will be my friends for life. And it's these interactions and exchanges with people that make slow travel experiences so unforgettable. Here's some of my friends, y'all. So those are 7 ways to slow your roll when it comes to slow travel. And you know you've done it right if you stay in a country for a while and the country stays in you forever. If you've learned anything from this video, be sure to let me know in the comments. If you have a slow travel technique that I didn't mention, I'm curious to know that as well. Please mention it down below. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Also, subscribe to this channel because honestly, girl, I need the encouragement. Come on, look out for your girl. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, especially if you made it to this point. I'm Marlie Hall. See you next time. Bam.